I'm Tamsin, I'm a former nurse. The way professionals treat me makes a huge difference to my health.
Could any of you tell me any positive experiences you've had?
I've had some really bad experiences in hospitals, so I really struggle when I have to go into them at all. But I got gallstones, so there wasn't really any choice, I had to go in. And the consultant came round, she just seemed to get it. I'm on a medication that interacts with anaesthetics, but the idea of going into having to wean off it to go into hospital when that's a really difficult place didn't appeal. So she wrote to the pharmacist and found out there was a way of doing it and it was fine.
It does make a difference when they take the time to take your needs into consideration, how you feel. One of my coping strategies for grounding things is to have a cold bottle of water. I know I'm going to turn up to day surgery, kneel by mouth, carrying a bottle of water, and I can imagine what's going to be said. And when I went to see her at outpatients, she talked about where she was going to put me on the theatre list. She said, because I don't want you to be hanging around somewhere that's really stressful, so I'm going to put you first. And when I had my pre-op assessment, they arranged for the anaesthetist to come along rather than just meet the nurse. So I'd met the anaesthetist who was going to be in the room.
So you were actually being looked after and what was going to best work for you and be manageable and things like that. So
yeah. And by the way, when I lose my speech, which happens when I go into trauma mode, I can still sometimes write things down. The day I turned up, literally, they'd taken everything like this step further. So the person who came to walk me along to the anaesthetic room took the water and the pen and paper down to the anaesthetic room, which was hardly what I'd been thinking about. But it all seemed to get communicated between them. They'd obviously thought it through. And things like arranging to meet the anaesthetist, I guess that involved some coordination, but it didn't cost anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then it makes you feel a lot calmer about it.
I've no reason to think she had any special training in trauma or anything, but she just seemed to get it. I've got a quote I like from Maya Angelou, which I feel just encapsulates it all. I've learnt that people will forget what you said, they'll forget what you do, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.